I understand that we suppress our violent tendencies because they're socially unacceptable, but I find this pretty interesting considering our capacity for violence is the exact thing that got us to this point in civilization. We had to kill to survive as a species, and now it's considered shameful. It's funny how we can justify violence in some circumstances, but in others it's absolute blasphemy. We'll murder cows so that we can eat a juicy steak, but murder a dog and, well, you might as well just be the most fucked up son of a bitch alive. Being human is a bit of a tragedy. We're all hypocritical walking oxymorons with our fleshbag of bones in this pitiful sack we call a brain. We'll always find a way to justify our actions regardless of how fucked up and contradictory they are. Humans possess the incredibly unique trait of self-awareness, and it's pretty hysterical how often we fail to use it. Intellectually, I'd say we're relatively gifted compared to other species, yet somehow we're collectively committing suicide in slow motion. We're intelligent enough to cure disease, but stupid enough to destroy our own home, the very planet that we live on. We're demolishing entire ecosystems by bulldozing rainforests as if they're not the source of our oxygen. We're dumping trash into the ocean like it's not the foundation of our climate. We engorge ourselves with excess food, excess porn, excess drugs, excess media. Everyone's so busy indulging that they forgot to look up and see that there's a gun to their head. We think that we're so advanced and superior to other animals, but what other species slowly kills themselves and ignores the ticking minutes? We'd rather indulge in abundance now and leave our kids to clean up the damage than actually take some accountability and make a change. Anytime I try to talk to anyone about these topics, they say something like, "Who hurt you? You're such a pessimist." But has anything I've said so far been wrong? I'm realistic, not pessimistic. You're just choosing to turn a blind eye to the fact that our future is bleak. If there is hope for survival, it's slim, and that's the reality. It's hard not to descend into cynicism when everyone around you is an idealist living in a fairy tale of what could be. Nobody seems to want to face reality, and I can't blame them. We're all motivated by self-interest, and in the short term, it is in your best interest to ignore what's happening. The theory of natural selection says it's survival of the fittest, and this is the one truth that will always prevail. We're like a parasite to the earth, leeching the soil dry of every resource it offers. We'll consume until there's nothing left. The weak will fall and the strong will rise. And at first glance, it seems as though we're the strongest, so we'll be the species to prevail. But it's interesting because we're also somehow simultaneously the weakest. It's no doubt that we're at the top of the food chain. We've domesticated animals and built the necessary tools to mass-produce consumables. But the meat that we work so hard to obtain is a carcinogen that rots inside of our bodies and kills us. We kill to eat, and then what we eat kills us. Our social traditions have built such a strong, impenetrable community that has allowed us to coexist and thrive together through immense cooperation. Yet we're so immersed in tradition that we don't even question if our lasting habits will have negative repercussions. Blah blah blah, the world sucks, we're all gonna die, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is that the same hand that feeds us will strangle us. It's absurd to think that our greatest gifts, our capacity for abstract thought, our ability to use communication to facilitate cooperation, our physical structure blessed with thumbs that can manipulate our environment, the very aptitude that has allowed us to thrive is the exact thing that will kill us down the line. It's a brutal dichotomy, the chasm between life and death. At one point, I think we had both in the palm of our hands, but now, I think we may have passed the point of no return. We've done so much damage that the aftermath now seems irreversible. I don't have anything funny or quirky to leave you off with. Who knows? Maybe the next species to evolve will have a slightly larger prefrontal cortex and actually consider the long-term consequences of their actions. That's it.